Today's lesson is Space History, Food and Nutrition. Before we begin, do you have any previous knowledge about what astronauts eat in space? Think about it and let me know in the discussion. Food going into space must first be nutritious, and it also must travel well and taste good. All of these things combined make for healthy astronauts. How do scientists and chefs make preservable foods for space? First, they dry them out. The food is sometimes dehydrated, meaning the liquid is evaporated. Second, they freeze them. After preparing the food, it is packed in a quick freeze chamber where it freezes, and then it goes into a vacuum chamber where it melts the ice crystals off of the frozen food. After the vacuum chamber, all of the food is left completely dry. All the water has been removed, but the flavor is still there. How cool is that? On the left, you'll see an average meal in space. There's main dishes, desserts, and tools. And as you can see, there's two little bottles at the top. Those are used for rehydrating the food. And on the right, we have a picture of a typical drink in space. You'll first have to rehydrate it and then use the little straws at the bottom to suck out the juice. Would you try your favorite cereal freeze-dried? On the right, we have a picture of spiced fruit cereal. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but I'm sure it's delicious. Preparing food in the space stations. So before, until the 1970s, there was no way of warming up food or cooling it down. The only form was through rehydrating. Modern days, so from the 1970s to the present, astronauts now have an oven on board. How cool is that? And they also have new water dispensary systems used for rehydrating. And in the future, hopefully one day, they'll be able to grow their own food. So how is the food eaten when they don't have gravity? Timeline of eating in space. So we've always had to rehydrate with water while eating in space. But originally, the food was only able to be sucked through small tears. Then it moved to packaging that would allow for spoons to be used. And now we have a tray system that allows for food to be kept in small compartments on a warming tray. On the left, we have a packaging that allows for spoons. As you can see, there's a little space where the spoon fits in, and you're able to pick it out without it flying into the space. And on the right, we have an example of the modern space tray with the heating components. So some fun facts. Salt and pepper actually come in a liquid form in space. Most drinks come in powder form, as we saw. Astronauts often bring their own hot sauce bottles as personal travel items. Celebrity chefs often help NASA create different dishes. And astronauts have about 200 food options to choose from before taking off. Time for reflection. What do you know now about food in space that you did not know before? Thanks for participating, everyone.